Hello everybody, welcome back to some Toonkind D&D. How exciting! My name is Whis, I'm your DM for today, and I am joined by a bunch of lovely people who I haven't hung out with in a while. Can top to
A little bit.
Can I get everybody to introduce themselves and who they're playing today, please?
Oh no, I'm on the top. Okay. Hey guys, it's me, Bluejay. I'm playing Qherial Flag, the bird. I didn't have a bit prepared, so that's it.
I'm Ollie. I'm going to be playing Beanhead and Herman, and I also don't have the bit prepared, and I also hope I can do a kid's voice.
Oh, it's my turn. Okay. Hi, I'm Cayde, or Stababy, or Teeth, depends. I play King Tuna, a bastard cat.
And I'm Sparrow, and I am playing Lady Celeste Hours, who's a alligator.
And we love all of them. It's been about a year since we were all together.
Yep.
So it's been a while. And the last time we were all together, you had an archery tournament, and just through pure happenstance, you managed to foil an assassination of all things. And you have all, regardless of where you are or where you're staying, whether or not that's in an inn, in your house, in a tent, wherever, you have received an envelope, a golden envelope with white detailing and your name on the front. And inside is a wedding invitation inviting you to the wedding of Maid Marietta and Robin Cowl to be held in Pottingspam in northern Gisnap. How does everybody react to getting a wedding invitation?
Well, as the savior of the happy couple, of course, I'm owed an invitation to the wedding. I'll be happy to join.
I love King Tuna so much.
I've not got a consistent voice. This is way different than any other voice I've given him, I think. It's been a bit.
That's fine.
Celeste is surprised and flattered and very excited.
Qherial's also surprised and flattered because, she doesn't know these people really. It's like, why is she being invited?
The whole stopping her from being murdered thing didn't have anything to do with it, Qherial.
Yeah. But still.
When Beanhead gets the invitation, they fully intend on hiding it and not going, because they're nervous about events, but then Herman finds it, so of course they're going. Herman basically pulls it out of the pack and is like, "Oh, this is fancy, oh!" Beanhead running, screaming as Herman opens it.
Oh, we love Herman. Oh dear, oh dear. So, the day of the wedding rolls around, and you are able to get a teleportation circle straight to Pottingspam. So you don't have to hike there from, I think Little Corner is the next closest town. So there's that. And you guys all arrive at around about the same time, and the town has been dressed to the nines. There is bunches of flowers and petals all over the town. There's garlands of ribbons and stuff all tied onto the trees and the houses, and the entire place, even though it's getting towards the end of November, it's still got that springtime kind of vibe, as if the entire town has gone, this is important, this is special, we're having nice frickin' weather, so forget it. None of this autumn, none of this winter, no, springtime, that's what's happening today. Because that's just how it works in Ankwell. And So you guys will come out of the teleportation circle station that's in Pottingspam, and you see each other there. And I'm going to force you to talk to each other straight out of the bat this time.
Oh boy. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
Getting flashbacks.
Yeah, flashback.
Flashback to what's going to interact.
Listen.
Celeste is holding like a nicely wrapped like gift package, and she like brightens when she sees you guys. Like, oh yay, you guys came too.
Qherial immediately looks like kind of embarrassed, or there's probably a better word, but one, she did not bring anything. Two, she does not remember any of these people's names.
Celeste is, on the other hand, remembered all of your names, and she's like, King Tuna, I love your cape.
Well,
And
thank you. You don't
like-
look too bad yourself, all dressed up.
Thanks. A friend got me this lovely bow.
Lovely, lovely.
Beanhead is trying not to make eye contact. But both he and Herman are in these like pink suits, and Herman is basically the one to just go hi, and Bean is left kind of running after him as per usual.
Hi, it's great to see you guys again.
You
Yeah.
guys look fancy.
It's very nice to see all of you again. Yes, yes, yes.
Beanhead looks at King Tuna and then turns to Celeste and holds out a paw for a handshake.
Celeste shakes the hand.
Nice to see you again. Good to see that there's some good people here. Just as a side note, I'm so sorry that Beanhead is such a whole petty bitch. I'm so sorry. Sure, I promise.
Straight out of the bat with the fling in the shade. Oh, Beanhead.
Honestly, King Tuna's too self-absorbed to really realize that was a dig at him specifically.
Oh, great. Oh dear. So as you're looking around the town, now that you've all sort of come together in a group, you can see that there are little signs, and they're all those really quaint little wooden signs with the painted on and the rustic sort of look, with ceremony this way and an arrow, and it's pointing towards the field that the archery tournament took place in last year.
Oh boy.
I'm sorry, I'm really awkward right now. I'm having trouble processing audio at the moment. Yeah.
It's all good. We can take it slow. It's all good. We're not in any hurry.
Okay.
So are you guys going to move towards where the ceremony is taking place?
Oh yes, of course.
Cool.
Celeste is keeping her eye out for like the gift table.
Okay.
As pleasant as it is, meeting up with familiar faces, King Tuna is very much here for the main event. And good food.
Oh, well, if the free buffet that you got last year was any indicator, it should have a pretty good spread. So you move towards the field where the archery tournament took place, where the ceremony is happening, and like the rest of the town, this place is done up really, really nicely. And you can see there's rows of chairs and there is an arbor that has been set up. So it's this nice little wooden arch, and it's decorated with big leaves and bunches of flowers and so forth. And there is a table off to one side where various different wedding gifts have been placed. And there's also some large awnings that have been set up on the other side of the field with what looks like banquet tables underneath. And as you approach, you can see Robin. Not Gatsy Goose from last time. He's not in any disguises. He is just his regular old fox look, and he's wearing a white suit. And he spots all of you coming over, and he runs over, really, really excited. You made it! I'm so glad you were able to come.
Well,
Thank
of
you so
course,
much for inviting us.
I couldn't refuse an invitation to such a lovely venue as this. Event, sorry.
And he comes up to each of you and just sort of grabs your hands to shake, like in both of his, one at a time. And he goes, it's so lovely to see all of you. Celeste, King Tuna, Beanhead, and Herman gets a big ruffle of the hair. And Qherial, it's so good to see you all. I'm so glad. Marietta wouldn't bear to have this day happen without you all here. It's because of you we are able to have this event.
Thanks. Congratulations.
Well, of course. I mean, when I saw the lady in danger, I just couldn't stand by. I'm
Tuna gets a
so
look for
pleased
that.
that you're both all right.
Oh, man.
I like the idea of Beanhead trying to say something sweet and King Tuna going like, "Oh, you're welcome."
Oh dear. And Robin nods. It was a very trying day, and quite frankly, I don't know that it would have ended as well as it did without all of your help. So, thank you again, and thank you for coming. Marietta will be really pleased to see you once the ceremony is over. We were hoping, actually, that you would be interested in standing up the front with us during the ceremony.
Oh,
Why?
Beanhead just squeaks.
Well, you are our guests of honor.
Well, of course. I couldn't refuse such a request, I suppose.
well, it's
Are
your
you
day,
sure?
so if you're sure, gladly.
Absolutely. Obviously, this is sprung on you last minute, so we're not going to ask you to do anything in particular other than stand with us. But the way that the ceremony is going to be structured, we will have the guests come in, and you will stand near the arbor with me, and then Marietta will come down the aisle with her uncle, and then and he rifles in his suit pocket, and he pulls out a ring box, and he opens it to show off the gold bands that are, well, it's just one band, the wedding ring, inside this box. And then we will exchange rings, and then there'll be, ideally, cheering and a kiss. And he blushes and rubs the back of his head. And then we shall have dinner and dancing, and it should be a lovely day.
Sounds
Qherial's
amazing.
nodding very seriously. Like, this is a list of things that have to happen.
Can I get a perception from everybody at this point, please?
Okay. Okay. What is my modifier?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking up too.
Oh. $15.
Nice. All right. So, Unfortunately, Celeste, you don't really notice anything.
She's still looking for that present table.
Everybody else, though, you're looking around, and it is very very typical Gisnep countryside. So there are birds, and you can see some normal little rabbits hopping throughout the bushes and trees and whatever. And as you're listening to Robin talk, explaining how the ceremony is going to work, Qherial, you notice this first. You actually hear it quite clearly. There's a sort of noise. And as Robin is showing off the wedding ring, there is a flutter of black feathers, and a crow swoops down, grabs the ring out of the ring box, and flies off towards the nearby forest. And you're all familiar with the emoji that sort of looks like this, the two two capital O's and the underscore. Robin just sort of freezes with that look on his face. He's just sort of standing there, and you can just sort of see this panic level sort of just build in him.
Well,
That's not supposed to happen, right?
No,
well,
that
I
wasn't
would
in the schedule.
suppose so.
He's still a little bit stunned. Someone may have to nudge him.
King Tuna just sort of pokes at his forehead, like, "Are you in there?"
And there is a small delay, and then he sort of puts both hands on his head and goes, "Ah! That bird took the ring!"
What?
And you can just sort of see this crow sort of swooping off into the nearby woods. And Robin is panicking. Like, we can't have the wedding ceremony without the ring. I can't marry Marietta without the ring. I'm not going to be able to do it without the ring!
We'll get the ring back then.
And he sort of just stops and looks at Qherial. You would do that? Would you be willing to help me again?
Of course.
Of course.
Well, of course.
Beanhead's just relieved he doesn't have to stand in front of people for any time soon, so he's just like, oh yeah, definitely, we can get that done. Don't you worry, just go be with your fiancé.
And Robin just sort of rubs at his cheek, and then he's just taking a few deep breaths, trying to get the panic out. Smooth his fur, which had just sort of gone all on end. Okay, we can't finish the ceremony without the ring. I'll try and delay it until you get back as much as I can, but if you could please get it back, I would be twice over in your debt forever.
King Tuna just sort of pats Robin Cowl's head and is like, don't worry a thing. Go mingle. We'll take care of this. Don't worry.
And Robin just sort of takes King Tuna's hand in both of his and shakes it. Thank you. And then he turns around and heads off to go and run interference on his own wedding.
Before King Tuna said that, Qherial did a salute and headed off in the direction the crow went.
Amazing.
As soon as Robin Cowl's gone, King Tuna just sort of slumps and goes, again an errand boy.
Oh dear.
Well,
So Qherial's gone.
hurry. Let's hurry
Yes,
so we
yes.
don't miss too much of the event.
Well, of course. Let's get a move on. And King Tuna just starts heading off.
Alright, great.
Walk after Qherial. Okay. Just knew his dad would follow, so.
Okay, cool. So you're heading all towards the forest in the direction that the crow went. And can I get as you get to the edge of the forest, can I get an Arcana check, please?
Ooh, Arcana.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I've got a pretty good modifier in that, actually.
Ha! Ah.
Ooh, dirty 25.
Ooh.
Oh, Celeste.
No,
Oh, poor Celeste.
not 20.
Magic is not her forte.
Beauty.
Two
Okay.
nat ones, a nat 20 and a 19.
That's
Plus 6.
fantastic. I love that. What's
This is
excellent
what we
rolls.
love to see.
Oh,
Love to see it.
gosh. Okay, so Celeste and Beanhead, you're too preoccupied heading into these woods of trying to spot that bird. And fortunately for all of you guys, by virtue of having a ranger in your party, you cannot get lost.
So Beanhead may not be able to see anything, but hey.
So you're preoccupied with the actual tracking of the bird, and also Beanhead, you've got Herman to also keep his enthusiasm reined in somewhat. For Qherial and King Tuna, as you sort of step over the threshold of this wood, you can tell very, very quickly that there's something odd about this wood. There's a magic in the air here that feels... It doesn't feel dangerous, necessarily. It's not an evil kind of magic, but there's... Like, with a nat 20... Qherial, you're very, very sure that there is something divine about the magic that you can feel here.
Whack.
Well, that feels peculiar. King Tuna's first kind of... It's kind of like a little shudder of his line art that goes up his spine with his fur. Just, he gets a shiver. There's something quite odd going on in here, but never mind. Never mind all that.
Cool.
Beanhead looks back with his nat 1 and just goes, "They're just woods." And keeps walking. Fully confident besides being fully wrong.
Oh dear, oh dear. However, even with those two nat ones on that arcana, you are able to see this bird that is flying through the trees ahead of you, and you're able to follow it relatively easily. And is there anything anyone wants to do in order to try and get the bird to stop or anything like that?
Let me see. I need to check. It's been so long since I've used King Tuna. I need to see what spells he has and such.
Celeste is going to cast Speak with Animals on herself. And call out to the bird, "Hey, wait, come back. That's not yours."
Alright, cool. Let me just roll. Okay. You can kind of see as it slips between some of the trees, it does react, it does turn and look back at you, but it doesn't respond and it doesn't stop.
Rude bird.
Would you say that the bird is within 60 feet?
No, not really.
Ah, okay.
It's also at the moment out of sight because it slipped between the trees.
Ah, okay.
Never mind.
I can't really think of anything else to do to try to slow it down if it's out of sight already.
Fair
So I
enough.
just guess keep following it.
Alright, fair enough. Bluejay? Has Qherial got any ideas?
Ariel's also gonna cast Speak with Animals on herself.
Okay. That may be useful to you later on, but the bird is not willing to have conversation at this point. Now,
Yeah.
all right. I've got something special for you guys today.
Mhm.
I am just going to share my screen real quick.
Oh boy.
Because what you come to, as you move through the woods after this bird, you come to this clearing. And the clearing has this big chasm in the middle of it. And you can see, I'm not going to make you roll perception because it's literally on the screen there for you. You can see the bird on the other side of this chasm. And there is a switch, a wooden switch in the grass at your feet.
A wooden switch.
Careful, Herman. Don't get too close to the edge, okay?
Okay, so Qherial can fly.
You know, King Tuna's just gonna throw any sort of caution to the wind about the switch. Just flip the switch.
All right, cool. So you flip the switch, and I will. Actually, I've got to make it so that it shows up in OBS. Yeah, you flip the switch, and it, ka-dunk, flips over the other way. And there is a rumbling from underneath your feet, and then from somewhere within this chasm, a whole bunch of water starts to fill it, and in no time flat, it's full of water, and there were logs at the bottom, and they rise up to float. I can't do this any other way. So there's now logs floating on the surface of the water.
That's so fun.
That's so neat. Okay. Looks like the only way we're getting across this is across the water.
You
And
okay?
King Tuna just looks absolutely mortified at the thought of crossing the water. He's just sort of standing at the ledge and just staring down into it hatefully.
Celeste has no such problems, and she hops onto the first log.
All right, fantastic. So I spend a lot of time looking at the jump rules, and based on everybody's strength, you guys can jump a gap of 5 feet. So Celeste, you come over here, jump. It doesn't really turn or anything, so you are now standing there.
Excellent.
Oh boy.
Use my movement to like scoot to the other end of it, I guess. And I mean, doing math. I'd have enough movement to jump again, right? Do I think I'd make it?
Yeah, you can get over to the next log, but you will be stuck there for a minute. You have to kind of gather yourself after doing another jump.
Okay, sounds good.
So did you want to jump that gap?
Yep.
All right, cool. Boing. You are now on that log.
Qherial is considering just going straight up to the crow.
King Tuna just sort of goes behind the others and tries to nudge them forward, like, you go on ahead. I insist you first.
Okay. And yeah, so she's just gonna like fly.
All right. What's your movement? You've got 30 feet of movement.
Technically, there's 50 feet of flight speed, but like, yeah.
50 flight, that's fine. Where would you like to fly? Each of these squares is 5 feet. Do you just straight across, or how would you like to do this?
Yeah, kind of in the middle.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50? There-ish?
I was thinking, like,
Or from, like, where you were? Where were you? You were there.
the middle log that's horizontal.
Oh, there? Yeah, you can make that.
Yeah, there.
Yep, alright. Groovy. Beanhead, Herman, King Tuna, what would you like to do?
King Tuna does not want to. He's still trying to nudge Beanhead forward.
I guess Beanhead's gonna go first. So I forgot that Rangers kind of have like a Disney princess thing going on. They can't really talk to animals, but it's more you can communicate simple ideas to a beast, such as an action, and can read its basic mood and intent.
Mm-hmm.
And learn its emotional state. So I guess if this crow's like depressed, Beanhead would be able to see it.
Okay, well, I mean, you can roll insight on the crow with advantage if you would like to use that ability that way.
You said insight or perception?
Insight. Do an insight.
Insight, okay. Let me do that real quick. Because Beanhead's not too clean about going across the water either.
Beanhead and King Tuna do have something in common.
Yeah, turns out. Okay, let's sit with advantage, yeah?
Yep, do it with advantage. So I guess it's at 12.
Oh my god.
Okay, so with a 12, you're looking at this bird, and it is hopping around on the other side of this this chasm, which is now a lake, river lake, and it almost seems like it does want you to follow it.
I think Beanhead's gonna voice that aloud and goes like, I think this bird, like, I know this is gonna sound very obvious once I say it out loud, but bear with me. I think the bird wants us to follow it.
You don't say.
Well, not out of malice. I don't think this bird's leading us to our doom, but...
Could have fooled me. I mean, look at all that water.
So
I think even birds know that cats and water don't mix.
We can get rid of the water and you can climb.
No thanks.
Beanhead is just gonna pick Herman up and start moving across the logs because there's really no other way around it.
Okay, you're gonna carry Herman. All right. Cool. That's fine. I'm just gonna.
Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine. But I am gonna make you roll dex checks on the logs because you've got a different center of gravity.
Yes. Yes, please, thank you.
All right.
Because Beanhead's like, oh, it's too dangerous for Herman, and then it's gonna get them dumped.
All right, great. So you're gonna jump across here. That first one. Can I please get a dex check?
Yeah, let me check. Okay, so we've got decent dex, but that means nothing taught Dice Parser, so. Oh, come on!
That is
Excellent.
a 7. Unfortunately, you jump across. You jump across this log, and because your center of balance is so thrown off, by carrying Herman, the log starts to roll in the water, and you kind of do that very cartoony running on this moving log bit for a second before sploosh, you are now in the drink.
Is there any way I could throw Herman at King Tuna? And goes down.
Sure, do a strength check. Do a strength check to chuck her
Amazing.
out of the water.
Desperately throwing his child. Oh, come on!
That's not super great.
It's not Beanhead's day, is it?
I'm gonna say that you get Herman to like up onto the edge just to scrabble up like there, but certainly not the yeeting him at King Tuna like you had in mind.
Beanhead starts howling, and then that's the end of his turn.
King Tuna's just like, are you all right? You didn't die in there, did you?
I just detest getting wet.
So I guess it's King Tuna's turn, huh?
Mm-hmm.
He's just gonna hop across on the log. He's not even gonna pay attention to Beanhead or Herman. He's just gonna hop onto the log.
Oh, okay. Oh, great. Okay, fine. Okay. So you can get to there.
Yeah, he's gonna move to the end of it. Yeah, and that'll be his turn.
All right. We're not really doing this in proper initiative, so I guess Celeste, you went first, so you can go next.
Okay. She's going to follow the logs until she reaches the middle horizontal one.
Mm-hmm. Nope, that's Qherial. Where are you, Celeste? There you are. 5, 10, 15, 20. You're there.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out the best way. Okay, she's gonna hop on that middle log and kind of get in the center.
Okay.
Because she doesn't want to get her wedding outfit dirty, but otherwise she'd just swim. But she's going to put her hands on either side of the log and try and paddle to get it to move towards the shore.
Okay. You stick your hands in the water and start paddling. And can I get a perception check from everybody, actually, please?
Okay.
Oh.
Ooh.
I'm gonna have to be right back. My cat is yelling.
Wait, is that Red Goblin? Yes, it is. Okay. Beanhead. Beanhead's feeding
That
her
was taken care of.
That tracks remarkably well, because between Beanhead being in the water, going, "Oh no, I'm wet," and King Tuna on this other log, just be like, "Okay, I'm on a log. There's water there. Oh no." I can understand why neither of them are paying particular attention. However, for Celeste and Qherial, to notice this, you're both right there, so this makes an awful lot of sense. You're paddling, and the log is not moving at all. If you're familiar with that running on an oiled surface gag, where you could be running as fast as you could, but still not go anywhere, it's kind of like that. It doesn't move an inch. No matter how much power you put into it, the log just bobs where it is.
Can Celeste kind of try to look into the water to see if they're secured, or if this is just a gag? One of those Toon moments of physics not working.
Well, you can look into the water, and the water is quite clear. You can see all the way to the bottom. You can see some rocks down there and the shadows of the logs that you're standing on. And there is no tethers. So, as far as Celeste is concerned, it's a gag. But Qherial, you rolled really well on that Arcana check before. And yeah, it's a gag, but also you get the feeling that it's got something to do with that magic.
Before saying anything, Qherial's gonna like get to the edge of the log and try to push one of the other ones away, like with her feet.
You do that, and just like Celeste being completely unable to move the log in the water, you can't do it either.
Okay. I think it had something to do with the magic of this place.
This forest's magic?
Yeah, it's like there's something else here.
Okay. That's not my strong suit. Well, Celeste is gonna like take off her jacket and start like kind of prepping to jump in the water.
Oh dear, oh dear. Okay. So while Celeste does that, Qherial, do you want to try something else?
Qherial will shrug and take off again.
Okay. Just straight across to the other side.
Yeah.
Flap, flap, flap. There you go. And it would be really useful if I remembered what layer the bird was on. Yeah, it's that one. All right, cool. And so is the path, apparently. Okay. So you flap over to the other side of the chasm lake river. Excuse me. And the crow immediately starts making a fuss and flaps off into the woods some more.
Dang.
Would Beanhead be able to cast Hunter's Mark while flailing in the water, or no?
Is Hunter's Mark concentration?
It probably is.
It is.
That would would make sense for it to be concentration. Because you can't really concentrate on it.
Yeah, it is concentration.
Yeah, not so much.
Beanhead's all busy.
Not so much.
I do think Herman's just kind of scrambling across, just kind of leaving his dad in the tub.
Oh boy. If you would like a hint, you can roll an intelligence. And that offer is open to everybody if you like.
Okay. Oh, that is not Beanhead's strong suit. Oh god, is Beanhead just Birdly?
Hmm?
Beanhead just Birdly from Shelter?
Beanhead's not a gamer.
That's true, that's true.
Oh, that's an 8 from Qherial.
Oh my god! Are you kidding me?
Nat 1. Again, that's your second one today.
I'm gonna roll for King Tuna just for funsies. Okay, not much better.
Beanhead's somehow doing the Family Guy corpse pose in the water, but it's still fine.
Oh my goodness. Come on, Celeste. You can do it.
Please have V brain though.
I don't know, guys. She is going to pause before she is getting ready to hop off the log and takes a moment to think.
That's 3 8s.
Okay,
This
cool.
is very advanced. Dingus face.
All right. What can I give you guys for 8s? 8s and only 8s, except for that 2. Okay, great. Cool. Okay, what I can give you with an 8 is that the switch up on the shore is what made the water rise. So flipping it again will probably make the water lower.
Ah.
So
As if
if
we
we
didn't know that.
I feel like we didn't plan this out well.
Yeah.
No.
Hey, Beanhead,
yeah.
can you go back and flip the switch for us? For me?
Beanhead just nods and starts doggy paddling like in the other
Doggy paddle. And I'm gonna say that you and Herman can get back up on the shore now.
Oh, could you repeat that? You cut out.
Ah, sorry. I think I was leaning too far away from my mic. You can both get up onto the shore. Both Beanhead and Herman can climb up. Hopefully one of you has prestidigitation, because you're all wet and dirty.
Beanhead just gets down on all fours and just starts shaking like a dog. This is perfect.
Excellent. Good. Excellent. I love that.
There's just pink flying everywhere.
Oh, okay, cool.
And then he
All right.
does his switch.
You're gonna flip the switch back? Alright, so you flip the switch. Ka-chunk. And now I have to pick all of the ones. Let's see. King, Tuna, and Celeste, and these. So you flip the switch and there's that rumbling again, and the water immediately starts draining away. And the logs just go down and go ka-thunk where they were. Nope, too far. On the ground with King Tuna and Celeste going down with them. Can I get a quick perception from King Tuna and Celeste? Because you have the best view.
Okay.
Boy.
All those stairs.
Yeah, I just noticed this too. I think Beanhead sees them and it's just
I
like,
didn't see those.
oh.
I don't think
noticed
any of us
this
saw
up,
that.
like-
Okay, cool.
Oh.
Well, because Celeste got a 19, I was just about to point out that there are some stairs that you can see. So Celeste, you turn around and look as you've been descending, and there is a set of stairs over there.
She's like, slowly closes her eyes. And it's like, okay. There's stairs. But only on one side I'm seeing.
Mm-hmm.
So stay there. And she's going to go to the lower left log.
The lower left one. This one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
All right. You go over to this log.
she's gonna climb on it.
Okay.
Flip it again.
You're just stranding Beanhead and Herman. How are they gonna get across when everybody's
Oh.
over? And they're-
She got an 8, okay?
Beanhead's gonna know if he's better. Beanhead rolled a 1!
So is he going to flip the switch again?
Yes, but it's Herman this time.
Okay, great. Herman flips the switch. Oh, wonderful. And the logs go. The water comes back. Where's my water layer? There it is. Bloop, 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 bloop. And now we're on top of the water. There we go.
You'd think 8 is enough for Qherial to realize that it would be best if, like, they all got on the last log and she flipped the switch and then went over last.
I'm getting flashbacks to the Easter game.
Oh, yes. I'm remembering that too. Golly gosh.
We are smart.
Brave of heart,
Is my
still the best.
stat.
Beanhead acts like he's smart, but he is not any smarter or better than anybody else.
Oh dear. Alright, so we now have Celeste on the lower left log. King Tuna, do you want to do anything? Because you've just been clinging to this log and it's gone down and then up again.
King Tuna's
Good job.
going to see what Celeste has done and be like, ooh, that's a good idea, actually. And he's going to go ahead and get a little bit closer for when the next time the logs go down, if he can convince Beanhead and Herman to flip the lever again, if they don't notice what's going on.
Okay. Alright, so
he's going to move as far as he can along the logs.
Alright. 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, you can get to there. Alright. Great. Cool. What's next, team?
Celeste is
I
gonna
have an
hop
idea
onto
for
the
it.
shore.
Alright. Boing. You are now there.
Success.
No brain cells. Head empty.
King Tuna's gonna call over to Beanhead and Herman. Hey, could one of you flip the lever one more time, and then so that I can cross as well?
Herman goes to do it, Beanhead stops him for a second, and then just listens to it.
What? Please, from your very good friend.
Alright.
So you flip it again.
Beanhead's still embarrassed.
Clunk. Oh dear, this is very entertaining to me. Okay, so you flip the switch and the water goes away and the logs come all the way down. Ka-chunk. This ideally would happen at the same time, but I can't do it like that in Clip Studio. Okay, there you go.
Okay, so King Tuna is also going to get on the last log and then say, "You may flip it again."
Celeste is actually gonna call out, "Wait!" and then she's gonna pull out rope from her. Well, I'm gonna roll. Let's see. Yeah, she's gonna pull out rope and be like, "Just take the stairs. We can pull you up."
Okay, that sounds way easier.
King Tuna's like, fine, alright.
Celeste is gonna drop the rope to King Tuna where he is.
Yeah, King Tuna's gonna start climbing.
Okay, great.
Can't
Now-
believe the rolls we had.
I'm gonna roll off of that
It's all a
8.
puzzle.
I'm gonna roll off of that 8 from before and say that Celeste probably doesn't think to tie the rope off on anything.
Oh no.
So
Falls down.
can I please get a strength from Celeste?
Can Qherial assist?
Yes, Qherial may assist.
So, should I roll too?
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you can. Well, with a 23, I think you're probably fine. But
You did it!
are you going to just be pulling King Tuna up with the rope, or just holding onto it while he climbs?
Pulling.
Okay, fantastic. Can I please
She
get?
doesn't know how strong he is.
Can I get a dex check from King Tuna to not fall off the rope as it's being pulled up?
Okay. That's a 7!
Oh,
It's what he deserves. It's what he deserves for trying to pull a fast one on Beanhead.
The indignity. So, like, you're holding onto this rope, and Celeste is pulling it up like a pro, and then there's just this the camera angle changes, so it's just behind Celeste and Qherial, and she pulls the rope up, and she keeps pulling it, and then the end of the rope comes up, and King Tuna's not at the end.
She like slowly leans to look over the edge.
And King Tuna just
You
stares
okay?
stares up at her like, I am fine. Let's try this one more time.
Slowly like drops it down. This time like watching him as she pulls.
Go ahead, roll me another dex, because it's funny.
Okay.
Hey!
That's funny.
Beauty. Alright, cool.
So unfair, but also very fair considering the character.
Oh dear. Alright, great. So, it probably because Celeste is watching, King Tuna manages to hold onto the rope quite firmly as he is pulled up over the edge of the ravine, and you're on the edge here with Celeste. Oh dear. And now it's just Beanhead and Herman on the other side.
Beanhead's gonna make his way over, and is the chasm like kind of shallow enough to where he could boost Herman over the edge and kind of get him up that way?
No, so like the artwork that's here is not particularly indicative of how deep this thing is. It is actually quite deep. So you're not going to be able to just straight up lift Herman onto the other edge. You do need that rope or some other way of getting over there.
Okay. Oh, sorry. My cat.
My cat, she's yelling at the door. She wants inside so bad.
Aww. Tiny squeaky
Would
baby.
Beanhead be able to stand on that log and then shoot the Swift with an arrow?
Sure, you can give that a try. I'm not gonna make you count movement because we're not really in initiative. Where is Beanhead and Herman? So you go down the stairs, and you come over here, and you can both be on the log. Now, range-wise, I think it's fine because you've got a gazillion feet of range. So go ahead and roll an attack.
Okie doke. Find it. Please, Beanhead, please, God, make this.
I reckon that's probably enough. 15's really decent. So you pull out your bow and you loose an arrow, and it just sort of goes whee. And if the switch handle was facing in the other direction, this probably wouldn't work. I'm gonna be real. But it just sort of goes ka-dunk as the arrow sort of buries itself in the. I'm actually gonna get my paintbrush because that's funny.
Nice.
It's got an arrow through it. And the rumbling happens again, and the water comes back, and the logs. And with Beanhead and Herman on it, float up. Eventually, because it's slow. There we go. And you can now jump across to the other side.
Okay, they scramble across.
Whoops. The logs get to stay behind. There you go. Do. Plump. You can jump over. I didn't actually raise up, but that's okay. Great! You are now on the other side of the ravine.
Well, that took forever.
Qherial, did you see where the bird went?
Can I roll to see if Qherial saw where the bird went?
Sure.
Is that a perception?
Yeah, perception will do it. No, I'm just gonna go ahead and turn off my screen
Yeah.
for the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty dang good. Okay, yeah. So you sort of turn and you look, and you can sort of see where the direction that the bird went when it flew away from you, and you're pretty sure it went that way through this small parting of the trees.
Someone's calling me. I need to for a sec.
Okay. I'm happy to say that Qherial just told everybody what I just said for the time being. Is there anything anyone wants to do while we're at the side of this chasm before we move on, and while we give Bluejay a quick second?
If anyone wants to roll a real quick perception, hearing base. King Tuna's sort of muttering something under his breath.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Yeah, I'm back.
Oh, you're back. Hello. If you want, you can roll a quick perception just for funsies, just for flavoring. King Tuna.
Wow.
Well, Qherial definitely hates it.
Qherial says,
It's off.
I'd say that maybe Beanhead hears it too. I don't know. I feel like 10 might be a bit too. I don't know. It doesn't really matter, but you're pretty sure you hear King Tuna just muttering under his breath, "The things I do for these people. First the assassination, now this." Ugh.
Beanhead's still a little wet, so he is going to look at King Tuna and then get down on all fours and then start shaking.
You just hear,
Qherial was gonna say something, but now I think she won't, because that was good.
do I have a cat noise? No. Sad face. Oh well. Next time. Okay. Great. Oh, I love that. That's wonderful. Okay, so are we all moving off after the bird?
Yes, I'd assume so.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Pursue.
All right, so you follow Qherial's directions through the woods in the direction that she saw the bird go, and you can catch glimpses of it still as you're moving throughout the trees. It is waiting for you to catch up a lot of the time, but so far away that it can't be caught, if that makes sense. Like, it knows what it's doing. And after a short trek through the trees and the undergrowth, you come to another clearing in the woods. And unlike the last one, there's no chasm here, thank goodness. This one, instead, there is a single tree in the middle of this clearing. And the thing about this tree is that it's big. It is very big. It looks like a 3-bedroom house would fit inside the trunk of this thing. And can I get probably a Arcana from everybody again?
Okay.
Oh yeah, big tree.
Oh yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's the right one.
Oh, yeah.
Big tree. King Tuna only got a
Like-
14 this time.
She's like thinking back to the
Yeah.
forest and the really big tree. Well, maybe it wasn't big. She was very small and fell down. Yeah, she's just like, oh, I don't want to climb that. It didn't go well last time.
That's fair enough. But for everybody else, gosh, a dirty 20 from Qherial. Dang. Okay, so for
Indeed.
King Tuna and Beanhead, you're looking at this tree and you immediately know that this is not normal, especially given the way that the rest of this forest is around. Like they're, fairly average toon forest-sized trees, whereas this is insanely big. And Qherial, you're looking at it and you're like, okay, this is where all that magic that you could feel when you came in here, this is the source of it. It's the strongest here. And the thing that I'm going to give all of you is this is weird because you couldn't see this tree from the outside of the forest. And, like, if you've seen My Neighbor Totoro, it's like that, where you got normal forest, huge tree in the middle. It's like that. So you would think you would be able to see it from the outside, but none of you remember seeing it from the outside.
Whack.
That's
Herman,
a very astute description.
Beanhead's got Herman pulled aside and is like, this is odd. I can't say I've seen something like this before, where a tree just appears.
Celeste is kind of looking behind her like, I didn't think we, like, went that far. Like, huh.
I don't think we did either. I do recall saying that there was something odd about the forest when we came in.
What is it with me and forests? Okay. Where's that bird? Where's the bird?
The bird is not too far up, but sitting on one of the branches, probably about 70 or so feet up, sitting on one of the branches, still holding onto the ring, looking down at you all.
Celeste is gonna march to the base of the tree and then hold up her hand in like a give me gesture and is like, ring now, we followed you.
Roll a persuasion. So you say this to this bird, and with that 13, you can see that it's considering it. It looks down at you, and then it kind of does this movement where you reckon it's sort of looking down its beak at the ring that it's holding on to a bit. And it tilts its head to one side, and then tilts its head to the other side, and then it turns and looks at this hollow in the tree next to the branch where it is currently sitting. And it's thinking, and then it hops across the branch to this hollow and drops the ring inside there, and then looks back at you and shakes its head.
She kind of like hangs her head and she's like, please? No? Oh, okay. Maybe we could trade for something? Something else that's shiny, you know? And she's like patting her pockets. It's like, oh, do I have anything?
Does anyone else want to do anything?
King Tuna just sort of leans over to Celeste and is like, do you perhaps have any gold pieces that it might like?
Oh, I do. Hold on. Go
Brilliant
find my
idea.
money.
So, can Qherial investigate the tree?
Absolutely, you can. Roll for it.
All right. Back to normal.
All right, cool. An 11.
Excuse me.
So apart from that weird magic feeling that you're getting from this tree and the fact that it's enormous, it feels sort of normal. It looks normal. Like you reckon that if you were only a foot tall or whatever, it would be a completely normal looking tree. It's just enormous. The hollow that the bird dropped the ring into does look big enough for all 4 of you to fit inside.
So, like, we can do we have to climb to get to the hollow?
Everybody except Qherial does, yeah, because Qherial's got a flight speed.
Man, okay.
That Beanhead gets advantage on climbing because Herman's technically classed as an ape.
Nice.
So he could climb trees.
Alright.
Would that be okay?
Yeah, that'd be fine.
Celeste is holding up a gold piece, like, Would trade?
Roll me a dex save.
Don't ask me it.
Oh no.
You can take it too.
Where are my saves? Okay, there.
Oh my god, wait.
Oh, there's nothing. Okay.
Yeah. So, you're holding up this coin enticingly, and it swoops down out of the tree, and it very, very neatly just shooms past you and grabs the coin, and then it's just like that you look at it, and it's just got that blink, blink outline of it being gone. And then it hops back up onto that branch, and then looks at you, and then drops the coin into the hollow, and then it hops into the hollow itself.
King Tuna just sort of is like, "Aw," and pets Celeste and is like, "Well, we can't all have good ideas."
She's like, kind of like leans her head against the truck, is like, "Thanks, King Tuna."
Oh my goodness. So the
King
bird
Tuna's
has now
just-
gone into the tree.
King Tuna's just like, "Well, no place to go but up," and he's going to start climbing, I suppose.
All right, fantastic. I would like an acrobatics, please.
All right. He is a cat. Hopefully, he'll be good at this.
Wait a
Oh wait.
second.
Acrobat specifically. Yeah, it's the same modifier. 18. Not bad.
Nice. Climbing up a tree is a very cat thing. It's very different to climbing up at the edge of a wet cliff.
And it's very, very different to climbing down a tree.
Yes, it is also that. You scramble up there, no problem. You dig your claws in and jup, no time at all. You're up on that branch. Quite a good view from up here, actually.
Beanhead calls up, "Do a flip."
Flip.
No.
Oh,
You
King Tuna's just gonna go ahead and head inside.
could total just ignore Beanhead bullshit.
is anyone going to try and climb up after him before he gets too far away?
Good luck, everybody else.
Peace.
Celeste is actually gonna follow. Can I do athletics instead of acrobatics?
Sure.
Yay. Thank you.
Nice.
Oh!
Yeah. Your last forest adventure has prepared you well of what not to do when climbing a tree. So you just hop from branch to branch to branch, and you're up there. No trouble.
I think Beanhead's gonna attempt to scramble up there. Oh, hello?
Yep. Go for it.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, having some headphone issues.
Mm-hmm. Let's
What
see
is-
how the dog does.
With advantage?
With advantage. 16's a good
Oh,
start.
hey!
16 is a very good start.
It wasn't a 1, so.
All right, cool. So that's 16. Do you have to roll separately for Herman, or is that for the both of you?
I'm not sure.
I'm happy to say it's for both
What
of you.
would you say?
I'm happy to say it's for both,
Okay.
given as you get that advantage because of Herman. So
Sounds good. Sounds good. So
great.
yeah, Beanhead's not the most graceful, but I mean, climbs with a purpose.
Hustle and tease with the greatest of ease, but everyone knows that dogs sometimes climb trees. Okay, cool. And Qherial can get up there no problem because you can fly. I'm not even going to make you roll anything. That's wonderful.
Yeah. Okay, so can we like take a break soon so I can move somewhere where people aren't yelling outside?
I was just about to say, because it's been an hour and a half, would people like a break? And that sounds like the answer is yes. So we will break here and we'll get some water and move to quieter places, etc. I'm gonna put on some some hold music, and I'll see you guys shortly.
Nice.
Ella.
And now I am back.
Hello.
How is everyone enjoying it so far?
I don't know if the others are back yet, though, but I am having fun.
Good.
It's nice to play bastard every once in a while.
Back.
Hello.
Hello. Cookie obtained.
I have peace tea and snack of goldfish cracker.
Nice. I have salt and vinegar chips, which are very noisy, so I will mute while I eat them.
So how's everybody doing?
At work today,
Hmm?
I was teaching all the new hires how to use After Effects and basically kind of the art pipeline, which is like fun because I like teaching people new things, but also I don't talk to a lot of people, and so to spend several hours just doing nothing but talking kind of murdered my throat today. I was
Oh.
really tired. I was like, oh.
Did you get yourself anything to drink to soothe your throat a little bit?
Mm-hmm. I've had water right next to me and made sure to refill it.
Nice.
How's your day going?
It's been sort of dull, but I've been looking forward to doing this.
Nice.
I enjoy D&D, and it's nice to get back into Toonkind stuff again.
Mm-hmm.
Been trying to pull through some burnout recently. I'm gonna have to make a draft point card for King Tuna. I realized halfway through that I don't have a draft point card for King Tuna yet, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to get that fixed up.
Well, has King Tuna been in anything since Golden Arrow?
No, the only game that I've really played with, well, I've played in 2 games since the draft point thing was, came up. And one of them was for some throwaway characters, so I didn't really have to make a draft point card for them. And then the other was with Cloth Kid in Vamp's first time DMing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was in that
So
one too.
those are the only games that I've played in semi-recently.
I haven't really been able to like get my focus together enough to make point cards, but I've just got like a little cheat thing, and I think this is right, but it's nothing fancy. It's literally just tally marks. But
Valid.
Yeah, I was finding that while I loved the draft point cards, because they're not a physical card that you can like use a hole punch on, they're really actually quite hard for me to keep track of what I'm doing. And I've got my fun draft point card, and then I've got a spreadsheet with which game, and it also means that I can keep track of what month things happened in, because my characters are in a lot of FPSs, and because I've got my characters in games that I DM, so I have to keep track of which month each of those things were in.
Okay. That's
do you
entirely
have like
fair.
do you have code set up so that it like calculates stuff? Because I feel like that'd be handy for like gold especially.
No, my spreadsheet is literally just the name of the game and the month that it was in and what kind of game it was, so whether or not it was a game I was a player as, or if it was an FPS, or if it was a DM's PC point, just so that I don't accidentally double up on any of those. And then I colour it in when I've spent them.
Spreadsheet would make more sense. I just have a list of games I've been in, and I add a new one at the bottom.
That's
Like
fair.
on a Google Doc. And I did make draft point cards. They're really poorly edited, some of them on purpose.
Oh dear, oh dear.
I like the I want to make more draft point cards for my characters because I think it's fun. Though I do think keeping track of which games are which is a good idea. I should probably start doing that. Luckily, I haven't played in many games recently that really need the draft point stuff.
I think I had, but then like trying to think of it, it was like, oh shit, okay.
Oh dear, oh dear. All right. Well, we are all unmuted at least. Are we ready to keep going?
I am at least.
I'm gonna finish this tortilla.
No, that's amazing, Bluejay.
Thank you. I did not spend time on it.
Oh dear.
Is that a Mega Man XP?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Okay, sorry, I just saw the sprite. It was cool.
Yeah, it's base.
God, I gotta
I
get
forgot
Xander to
how much Qherial did not vibe with King Tuna.
I hope it's okay that Beanhead's been making digs at King Tuna. I didn't mean
Oh,
it in like a.
it's perfectly fine. It's encouraged even. He deserves it. He deserves everything that's thrown at him.
Oh dear, oh dear. All right. Well, if we're all ready to keep trucking on, we will carry on with the adventure. So,
Absolutely.
we all managed to get up, some with more style than others, but we got there. Up onto this branch where the hollow was. And you don't have to roll anything in order to step through there. You all fit quite easily without even bumping your head or anything. And when you get inside, it's dark. Does anyone have dark vision?
I believe King Tuna does. I'm not sure. It's been a bit.
So Qherial does. I feel like I should nerf her a little bit because she has a lot of things that are very helpful.
Well, King Tuna can cast dancing lights.
Okay.
So I'm making the executive decision right now that she does not have dark vision.
Fair enough. Okay, so you all step into this hollow, and thankfully, unlike what might otherwise happen, like there's a floor for you to step into as you go through this doorway. Really, is what it is. But it is.
I think Beanhead was worried about that. Like, just kind of very gently poked a foot in first.
Yeah, which is completely fair. But it is quite dark in here, and it smells burnt. I'll give you that one for free. It smells burnt, like the wood inside this tree was on fire at some point recently.
You do not like that.
That's not good.
Yeah.
So I can't see anybody's hands, but show of hands for anybody else who's a little weirded out that we're inside a tree to find a ring. I just thought I was going to a wedding.
King Tuna raises his hand.
Celeste goes, I can't see any hands.
I can't either.
King Tuna goes, well then I am raising my hand just to let everyone know.
Okay, thank you.
And he has casted dancing lights, so it's not bright light, but it's at least a little bit of light.
Fantastic.
Dim light in a 10-foot radius.
Perfect.
For 4 lights. So.
All right. Great. So you cast dancing lights and you sort of disperse them around the group a little bit, and you are able to see by that dim light. So you are standing on, for lack of a better term, a balcony that is part of the shape of this giant tree, and you can see spider webs and dead leaves and a fine wood ash in small piles and a dusting on the floor. And almost all of you are wearing white.
Yeah.
Oh, well. And while it's a bit hard because this is quite a big space, you can see towards the edge on the other side of this hollow tree what looks like a set of stairs going down. And there is no sign of the bird or the ring or the coin.
Well, this doesn't seem dangerous at all. anyone want to volunteer to head in first?
Yep. Celeste kind of goes down the stairs cautiously.
Okie dokie. Cool.
Qherial will follow.
King Tuna is actually gonna be behind Qherial so that Beanhead and Herman get to go last. Just in case anything sneaks up behind, you know.
It seems chivalric for a
What's the worst thing
second.
that can happen? Tuna,
Yeah, for a second I was like, oh yeah, to like protect the kid. But no.
No,
Oh,
the
dear.
middle's always the safest.
Herman's walking ahead of Beanhead, but Herman's really just kind of scrambling down the stairs like an excited kid.
All right, great. Can
Like bumping into people.
Oh man.
Can I get a perception check from everybody, please?
Of course. It's a non-natural one. It's an artificial one.
Golly. Okay. Okay, great. Fantastic. Okay.
I think King Tuna put his lights too far in front and back for him to be able to see himself.
Wonderful. Okay, so you're moving down these stairs, and they're not rickety or anything, but you can see quite clearly that they are, like, they're part of the tree. They're not like branches on the inside, but they're bits have sort of been carved out in order to create this staircase, which spirals around the outside of, like, the edge of the tree, inside of the tree trunk hollow thing, all the way around, and it goes down, and it goes down, and it goes down, and you get to the bottom, and you are now in this big room, and you can see in the faint light of those dancing lights, you can see the glint of what you think might be the wedding ring and what might be that gold coin, but there's a few other little glints here and there near the far wall. And as you're all looking around, you can all feel something change slightly. And King Tuna, unfortunately, with an unnatural one, you noticed this last. But something is moving in that back wall. And you suddenly hear a voice that rings out throughout the space, and it says, "Who dares trespass in my domain?" Out of the wall. She is made of branches and is smoldering as if she was burnt. And I have a picture for you, if I can get the right thing open. Here it is. Boop. And I'm gonna get you guys to roll initiative, please.
Okay. Combat time. King Tuna's very good at this.
God damn it.
8, 9. Both were 7s, but without the modifiers. Oh,
Where is... Okay.
I'm checking ranger stuff because I think Beanhead gets advantage on initiative, but I want to check to make sure.
Qherial got a natural one.
Not one, baby.
Woohoo!
She saw the smoldering and was like, oh no.
Dear.
Where the heck is
Wait.
Okay, yeah, advantage on initiative roll. Would you say this creature, I guess, is a humanoid?
She doesn't seem to have legs, but yes, I would say it's humanoid.
Okay. I'm asking because of Beanhead's favorite class.
Yeah.
There's first roll. Holy moly!
Yeah.
Why do I get a D20 on?
Oh, wowza.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that.
Yeah, okay. And if I recall correctly, Herman gets to move directly after you, or as part of you.
As part of you.
Okay. And Herman. Boop. Alright, there is our initiative order. I'm just gonna pin it. And then I'm gonna share my screen again because I got a map.
Oh boy! Woohoo! Boss fight time! Woohoo!
Okay, and so she's not moving from that particular spot there. She's going first. Where is your character sheet, my dear? Okay, she is going to. I've got too many windows open. She is going to cast Thorn Whip at. I think King Tuna is directly in front of her.
Oh, wonderful!
Yep. So she makes a melee spell attack against the target. Cool. All right. Let's type some things in here. What did I say it was? Oh yeah. 16. Does that hit?
That hits.
That
Yeah,
hits?
that's it. That hits.
Okay, 1d6 piercing damage and 1d4 fire damage, because unlike a normal Thorn Whip, this one's on fire for some reason. 1d6 and 1d4. There's a total of 8.
Okay.
One is piercing, one is fire. And you also get yanked about there. Closer to her.
Ah, wonderful. This is just the position I wanted to be in.
Really?
No! You bird brain!
Is this like, are the characters saying this?
King Tuna did say all that.
So did Beanhead.
If I said
really?
I
No.
was on fire, thank you to the Thorn Whip lady, would you believe that as well?
Look, I don't know what you do in your spare time.
Oh gosh. Beanhead, it's your turn.
Okay. Oh, no. No, I don't want to join the DM Vault Beta. What happened? Sorry, my character sheet went all weird.
Hmm.
Would it be possible to do the bonus action before
Sure.
anything else?
Yeah, that's fine by me.
Okay. So, Beanhead's gonna cast Hunter's Mark on the, tree lady.
Mm-hmm.
So that's an extra 1d6 with the attacks.
Yep.
And bonuses, reception, and survival. Okay. So I don't think Beanhead really wants to hurt this lady just because they just suddenly showed up. But Beanhead's also not good at talking, so it's more of the like beat them down until they'll talk kind of thing. So Beanhead's gonna let loose an arrow, but make sure to hit an area that won't be.
Okay, great.
Would it be possible to shoot at the Storm Whip holding King Tuna?
Oh, so the thorn whip doesn't continue to hold onto it. It's very much a whip and a pull, but that it doesn't stay tangled around King Tuna. So he's not grappled or anything.
Okay. Alrighty, then I guess just I'll let loose the arrow.
Mm-hmm.
Checking to make sure. Okay. I think it's a +5. Sorry to take so long, y'all. I'm not used to playing like this.
It's all good.
You're valid.
Yeah, that hits.
Cool. Whew, okay, so I've got 2 different damage rolls to do. Okay, so 1d8 + 3. So that's 6. And then, the favored enemy thing.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
You're right.
Or no, Hunter's Mark. The Hunter's Mark thing. 1d6, alright. Cool, so 12 damage.
Alright. Sounds good.
And I think Herman would move to attack, or not to attack, but to kind of run up and talk to the lady, but Beanhead's making sure Herman stays in place behind him.
Okay. Makes sense to me. Cool. I think that makes it Celeste's turn now.
Cool. My stream isn't working. Like I can't see
Oh,
what
okay.
you're supposed to be showing us.
Okay.
But so I'm not sure what the
Currently looks like this.
Okay, excellent. I figured it probably wasn't too complicated. Celeste is going to pull out her rapier, but instead go, ma'am, please, we're sorry for like entering your home. We're just looking for a very important ring that Bird took in here. Ma'am, please put down the tuna man.
The
Tuna man.
Tuna man. I'm surrounded by idiots. Constantly.
Birds of a
Yeah,
feather!
she's just trying to persuade.
Okay. Roll an insight.
Okay.
Oh, that's a nat one. Okay. I can't
Woo, baby.
really give you anything for a nat one, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's
The
fair.
rolls this time.
But it seems to have gone in one ear and out the other as far as you're concerned. She has not even acknowledged that you spoke.
Okay. Celeste is going to then use her movement to get beside King Tuna.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my turn.
All right. Beauty. King Tuna, you're up.
Okay. King Tuna is going to cast Ray of Frost.
Splendid.
Hey, let's see. Yeah, she's within 60 feet, yeah?
Oh, yeah. Easy.
Okay, so... Ranged spell. I forget what my spell modifier is. I don't know. Forget where to find it. Oh, wait. Okay, it's +6. Okay. Listen. Okay. Ooh, a natural 22.
Nice. 22 will absolutely hit. Yes.
Okay. So that's 1d8 cold damage. It's a 3.
It's
Not much.
Not much. Okay. So. Cool. Can I get a perception from everybody, please?
Okay. King Tuna doesn't notice anything. You got a 6, 8, 11.
Slowly moving up, everybody.
Slowly moving up.
Oh my gosh. Dice
Slowly
pass.
moving
Yeah.
up. A natural 21 from Beanhead.
Nice.
MVP.
All right, cool. So I feel like King Tuna is probably a little bit too miffed to really notice too much because ow, that burning thorn whip is not pleasant. And Qherial, it's dark and there's a person attacking you and
I can explain this on my turn.
Okay, sounds good to me. But for Celeste and for Beanhead, you both notice this, and Beanhead, you notice it straight away. As that ray of frost collides with this very large tree woman, the frost does look like it hurt her, but then it melted, and that fiery glow seems a little more dim.
So she seemed to cool off a bit, and like Beanhead's like saying this out loud.
Listen, I know it wasn't a great attack, but I can do better, I swear.
No, do the same attack. I think it's helping.
No, I think he meant literally. I know telling people to chill doesn't normally work, but
No, keep doing it, Tuna man. I'm not calling you King Tuna. Tuna.
Tuna man.
No respect! I get no respect from these people.
Monosaur Tuna. Beanhead says it wrong on purpose.
I am going to punch you into the sun.
Just do it towards the... Beanhead is trying desperately to be nice, but it's not working.
Oh my god.
Amazing.
Listen, if you're going to give me this sort of disrespect, why don't you Ray of Frost, the big burning lady?
I don't have magic. I have my
That
son.
sounds like
and
a personal problem.
I just love the image of Beanhead and King Tuna just sort of yelling at each other while Qherial's getting ready to do whatever it is she's about to do in her turn. It's just this arguing in the background.
If they were next to each other, they'd be doing the slap fighting thing. I am asking you once again to Ray of Frost the thing.
Maybe ask a little bit more politely.
Oh dear.
Herman goes.
All I want is a bit of respect, I swear.
Mr.
Oh
Tuna?
my goodness.
Oh,
This is
dear.
not the time.
You tell him, Qherial. Alright, it's your turn.
Okay, so yeah, what I rolled just there was a wisdom save, because Qherial has a major fear of fire.
Oh.
Yeah, baby.
Oh no!
This
Whoops.
keeps happening. And that
I
was,
remember the screaming. Qherial's having a panic attack.
she's doing pretty good. Yeah, she's doing pretty good. So she's gonna ask the lady, like, you don't want to be on fire, right?
Do you want to roll an insight?
Okay. That's the wrong channel. Because I have an idea, but I think it could be very good. Oh.
Unfortunately, that's a 6, and I can't really give you anything for a 6. She does not, just like when Celeste tried talking to her, she doesn't really acknowledge that that was a thing at all. She's still just there.
Okay, well she's gonna go for it anyway. I'm gonna roll Hammer's face.
It's not a 1.
So Qherial pulls out a fire extinguisher. um, I don't know how far that range is.
Throw it at
She wants to put
Google
out
that.
the fire.
I'm gonna say that a fire extinguisher only has a 5-foot range or something, so you're gonna have to get up close to use it.
Dang. Okay. And this is an item that I bought from Glorbs.
Nice.
I knew
Incredible.
this day would come. Hmm. Okay, so she pulled out this fire extinguisher and then realized she would have to get close to use it. Uh. um.
Well, what's the hold up? I don't think this is the time to be dawdling.
All right. Okay, so she is gonna run forward, kind of in front of, kind of where King Tuna and Celeste are,
Mm-hmm. So about there.
and then, I'm sorry about this.
Yeah, you're right.
You're fine.
We're good. You know, I said Beanhead couldn't do magic, and then I'm looking at his list of spells. You can do a little magic as a treat.
Beanhead, my beloved.
So she changes her mind and is gonna she's gonna throw a dagger.
Okay. Yeah. Yep. That will work. Roll your
Okay.
damage.
Oh, that's max damage.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah. Because my brain does not work very well at the moment. Cool.
I really like your map setup, by the way. I like your maps, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, your maps are really neat. I also like the tokens for each character.
Yeah, they're really cute.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So
Oh, that's
Qherial, you
adulterous.
fling your dagger at this fire tree lady, and it plunges straight into her shoulder, and you're looking at it and you know it was a really good shot. But even just looking at it, you're like, that seemed to hurt a lot more than it probably should have. Huh.
Not good. Not what she wanted. Also, she didn't put the fire extinguisher back. She set it on the floor.
Okay. Great. It is now her turn. And she is screeching. She's unhappy. And she slowly kind of ambles forward a little bit, but it's weird, but it's not the same as walking. It's like leaning, and she manages to get that close. And she's got these vines for hair, and they're sort of thrashing, either of those words, around her, and she makes a few swipes in the air in you guys' directions, but she's still too far away to actually reach you. So that is what she is going to do now. Beanhead, it is your turn now.
So I'm gonna say that, like, with everything that's going on in front of him, Beanhead can kind of tell that something's off. Could that be fair to say?
Mm-hmm.
So, the Ray of Frost discussion didn't go very well. So,
King Tuna shows over to Beanhead. Now let's see that ray of frost.
okay, fine. And Beanhead casts Magnify Gravity. Tree lady. So, can the tree lady make a Constitution saving throw?
Yes, she can. 11.
Okay, so let's see. How do you calculate the spell save DC again?
It's how do you calculate that? Hold on.
On DMV, I think it says the DC by each spell if you're using that.
Yeah, it will give it to you. Okay. Yeah, on the far right of the spell list.
So is it like something plus that, or?
No. So you should
okay.
have...
No, wait. I got it.
Yep, you got it.
I got it. Sorry. Yeah, it was a 16. Okay, so they fail.
Okay, great. What happens now?
Let me read it. They take 2d8 force damage, and its speed is halved until the end of its next turn. Until the start of Beanhead's next turn, any object that isn't being worn or carried in the sphere requires a successful strength check against your spell save DC to pick up or move. So basically, she's not in play.
Oh, okay. Fantastic. All right, we'll roll that damage.
Oh, you cut out what?
Roll your damage.
Thank you.
14. 14 damage. Nice. 2
7. Good lord.
We like that. We like that quite a lot.
Beanhead's just like, I don't want to hurt you.
Great.
But you
I think you're sending her the wrong message then.
Are you going to do anything else?
Beanhead points over to where the ceiling. Sorry.
Are you going to do anything else?
Actually, I think... Okay, no, that wasn't a weapon attack. Sorry, I'm just trying to see.
Yeah.
So I don't think Beanhead's gonna actually do anything, but Beanhead is gonna point at King Tuna and then where the tree lady is pinned down and be like, see? That's better than Ray of Frost. Beanhead's not gonna mention it's like one of 3 spells he knows this stuff.
I thought you said you didn't have magic. Guess that makes you a big ol' liar. No, it looked pretty magical to me.
It's because of my hunter's great.
I do not know what that is, and I do not care. I'll tell you that right now.
Yay.
All right. I think it's Celeste's turn now.
Cool. Could I get a map update just so I
Yep.
know where everyone is?
Sure thing.
Nice. Okay. Celeste is going to pick up the fire extinguisher
Great.
and use her movement to get over to the lady.
Alrighty.
And what should I roll to hose her down?
Yes.
Roll I'm gonna say a dex. Just roll a dex, a straight dex.
Ooh.
10, perfectly average.
Perfectly average
Yeah.
and perfectly acceptable. Okay, cool. So you fire extinguisher, oh my god. You pull the trigger on the fire extinguisher and you start spraying this giant tree lady with foam. And amazing. And like it you can see now you're so close up. I'm not going to make you roll for it. You can I think I turned my gain down too far. You can see that that glow in her it's extinguishing, so that burning fire is fading out, and her movements sort of get a little bit more sluggish, and that vine hair just sort of goes limp. And can I get you to please roll me a D8? Great.
Continue to be average.
Perfectly average again.
Okay, which makes that that. Okay. So you can see that she's moving really sluggishly, and you reckon that she doesn't actually have
Kind
an
of cut
awful...
out.
Again. Hold on. Let's turn my gain up a bit on my mic. See if that's any better. How's that? Is that better?
Think so.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so you can see, without having to roll perception or anything, you can see that she's getting a lot more sluggish, and you reckon she doesn't have an awful lot of energy left.
Celeste is gonna be like, okay, you calmer now? Talk?
Are you gonna do anything else on your turn?
Well, the fire extinguisher would count as an action, right? I think that's all she's gonna do.
Okay, great. King Tuna.
Okay, so this can go one of two ways. I'm not sure which one I want to do. Because you see, I could do Ray of Frost again, but also that was weak, and I could do a stronger spell. And I can't decide which. I'm gonna roll a D2. Flip a coin. One for the Ray of Frost, 2 for the other. Okay, 2. So we're going with the more powerful spell.
Okay, great.
So let's see. Need to be in a 10-foot radius with. So Celeste isn't in an optimal position.
Boy.
King Tuna's gonna at least take the care to try and leave her out of range, but he's gonna move into a 10-foot range of the tree lady.
Okay, so you are currently 10 feet away from her.
Oh, I am?
Yeah.
10 feet away from a lot of people too, though, so.
Oh, okay, yes. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So you wanna move maybe there?
Yeah, that works.
Okay, great.
I want to try to hurt the least amount of party members as possible, but if a few people get, their eardrums blasted out, that's fine. He's gonna cast Shatter.
I love Shatter. Okay.
Yeah,
Cool
baby.
beans. So, everyone within 10 feet of you, which I believe is about... yeah. It's like... wait, hang on. Circus on... yeah, about that. That looks about right. Yeah. Within that.
He's gonna shout to Celeste. You might not have wanted to get so close, so I do suggest you plug your ears or something if alligators even have ears.
We do. And she kind of just puts her hands on either side of her head.
It's a bit from Tails.
I doubt it'll do much, but at least it's something.
Cool beans. Okie dokie. Now, Shatter, is that a you or a me? Hold on, let me pull it up. Shatter, shatter, shatter. 10-foot radius sphere centered on that point. Must make a constitution saving throw. Okay, great. So I will do constitution saving throw for Tree Lady, and I will get a constitution saving throw from Celeste as well. And because of all of the various other things, I'm changing that to that.
Celeste also gets caught in it, but the DC was 14, so that's 3d8 thunder damage.
Blended.
It's 7 damage total. I was hoping for more, but okay, that was a 4, 2, and 1.
Oh dear. Oh well. So you cast your spell, and the you can kind of see the sound effect ripple up through this creature's body, almost as if it were ripples on water. That's how severely she's being affected by this. Celeste, that hurt. Ow. Your poor ears.
The jittery animation that happens when, like, in a cartoon, someone, like, claps cymbals near someone? That's what Celeste is doing.
Splendid. But King Tuna casts this spell, and you can see that ripple going up through her, and then you can see that fire in her belly just go out, and that red glow throughout this creature just fades out, and you're now in the dark, and you can just hear her sort of slump a bit, and we are no longer in initiative order.
King Tuna's just like, well, I love being in the dark again, but at least that ordeal's over. So he's gonna cast Dancing Lights again, because it's a cantrip. Doesn't take any spell slots.
Great.
And so there's a little bit of dim light, and for the people who are further away, like I just saw the image in the Walnut Gallery. Anyways,
Sorry.
it's okay. To the it's still dim light, but like there's 4 of them, so to the people who are farther away from him and Celeste, he's like, come on, follow the light. We've got to find
my father warned me against following Will-O-Wisp.
Qherial was already walking forwards, so she gives King Tuna kind of like, excuse me? Look.
I think Beanhead's gonna sort of, like, carefully, like, cautiously, I guess would be the word, kind of step over to the tree lady and just kind of lightly nudge her and be like, are you home now? Can we speak like adults?
She seems non-responsive.
Did we kill her?
Celeste
Well,
would
it's a
like to
wedding
check
issue.
for a pulse.
You're welcome to roll a medicine if you like.
Well, actually, she's just gonna skip straight to. She has a healing potion on her.
Mhm.
And so she would like to.
No.
She
no,
is holding
no,
up.
No. Don't
I don't
you
want to
dare.
kill anyone. We
I-
broke into her house.
She's a tree. She's
You're a cat.
Hurry!
Poor Jelly. She's a tree.
At least let's get what we need, and then you can do it while the rest of us are far away.
Qherial has cure wound as well.
I would prefer not to fight again with a giant lady full of fire. I don't
Okay,
know if she'll
look-
reignite or
okay,
something,
okay.
but
Your Majesty, look quickly then, okay?
King Tuna seems to sort of perk up at your majesty. He's like,
It was a little sarcastic on her end.
he
Your
doesn't care.
Majesty.
It's still your majesty.
No,
He
that's-
seems a lot more willing to listen now. She's the magic words.
That's
Oh my
hilarious.
You were saying?
Look,
Is
look.
Qherial gonna cast her wounds on the poor thing?
Oh my god.
Okay, so are we casting cure wounds? Are we using the potion? What's the dealio? What are we trying?
Celeste is going to wait to let King Tuna kind of look, but if he doesn't find anything in action, she is either going to let Qherial do cure wounds or use the potion.
Okay.
She's not going to wait too long.
All right, sounds good.
She's holding her action.
What is King Tuna looking for specifically? Looking for the ring or looking
he's-
at the tree lady? What's the dealio?
He's looking for the ring and also the gold piece and perhaps any more loot that might have been stashed here. Just, for charity.
Okay, great. Roll a perception.
Alright.
Can I roll to see if
17.
Beanhead notices?
That's the best perception roll I think he's made. Also, I gotta mute for a second.
Oh dear. Sorry, you said something, Ollie? What was that?
Oh, I was gonna ask if, I could roll to see if Beanhead notices King Tuna maybe picking up stuff they shouldn't.
Yeah, you can roll
Back,
that.
sorry.
You can roll that, and then is King Tuna picking up stuff in stealth or being blatant about it?
He's being pretty blatant about it. He doesn't care.
Okay, great.
Have I mentioned that he nearly became a grave robber once?
This is
Oh my
news to
god!
me.
Ah, this is new.
In the very first game I played in Toonkind
Oh
D&D.
yeah,
Oh, that's hilarious.
I remember that.
Yep.
Gosh.
He doesn't care who sees him steal.
Oh, that's hilarious. With that,
I mean, as long as the person trying to defend it is incapacitated or not available, then he doesn't see how it's anyone else's problem.
oh my goodness. Okay, great. So, with the 17 to look for stuff, you do a quick sweep of the room, and you can find right at the rear of the room where this tree lady kind of morphed out of the wood. There is a little hollow in there that has not only the wedding ring and a coin, but there is all sorts of other little shiny knickknacks. Like there's a nice button, and there's a brooch, and there's a silver piece, and there's a whole bunch of just really little shiny things that a bird would have picked up and brought here. And
Anything that looks particularly valuable?
no, not really, but they're all very shiny.
Ah. Well, I dropped my headphones 1 second. I was doing the dramatic slumps back into my seat. My headphones fell off.
Method acting. It is a danger. Oh dear. And with a 15 Beanhead, you absolutely see King Tuna find these and just pick them all up. And can I actually please get a dexterity saving throw from King Tuna, please?
Okay. Oh boy. That's a +1. 13.
13. Okay, so you're grabbing this stuff and you manage to pull back just in time for the bird appears out of nowhere and it tries to swoop you, with flapping its wings, carrying on, and it's not happy about it.
King Tuna's just like, hold your horses while I calculate some of the value. Okay, you can have most of this junk, but I do need these. And he holds up the ring and the gold piece, and he's like, that's it. Now, rest your little head, little bird brain.
Alright, Claire's gonna cast Speak with Animals again on herself.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot to mention that King Tuna did very unceremoniously dump the rest of the stuff onto the floor. And he's just turning and walking away.
Oh, heck. Okay, so, Qherial, when you activate Speak with Animals, you can tell that this bird is basically yelling at King Tuna for taking their stuff, and it's also accompanied by a, I need it, I'm gonna make her happy again, I need it, give it back.
Hey, wait. Why does she need shiny things?
The bird sort of stops kicking its fuss at King Tuna and sort of turns to you and it's continuing to it's having a tantrum almost. And everyone who doesn't have Speak with Animals up is just still hearing the I may like this soundboard a little bit too much. Caw. But it sort of goes, I have to make her happy again. She likes shiny things. I have to make her better.
What's making her unhappy?
It just sort of motions at her. She's currently still slumped over where she was.
Is it okay if I have Beanhead roll like medicine or survival or something?
Sure.
Would it be survival or medicine?
Probably a medicine, I would say.
Is she sick?
Oh.
Ooh, dirty 20. Nice. Okay, so you're looking at her and you can tell she's not in a great way. But whatever is afflicting her, it's definitely magical. And like you know a lot of things about animals and things like that because you're a ranger, but not so much about plants. Like you know some, and you know the basics. You reckon that she's missing something, or there's something that she needs in order to recover from whatever that was.
Oh.
Beanhead's gonna make sure to kind of communicate this to the others in kind of hushed tones. I think he's gonna actually send Herman over to play with King Tuna before he explains this.
King Tuna was just pretty much walking back to the exit. He did not care at all. He was not listening to the conversation with the bird. And then he really sending the child to King Tuna.
Yep. Because like Beanhead doesn't want Herman to overhear that there might be something really wrong, and Tuna's just walking away. So I mean, free babysitter.
King Tuna sees the child and he's just like, wait, what? No? Why? Hello?
My dad sent me over to bother you. Are you bothered?
I suppose you could say so. Maybe we can
Is it?
bother each other on the way out of here and just keep going, and your dad can meet up with us later.
I don't know. Are you sure it's safe?
Oh, it's perfectly safe. And he pats Herman's head very patronizing way.
So wait, does King Tuna have the ring?
Yes, he has the ring and the coin that Celeste got snatched from her by the bird, and he's not giving it back.
Wow.
I had a feeling.
Okay. So what's the plan? You know she's not in a great way. What's the plan? What's happening?
Should we bring her back to the town to see if there's somebody who can help her?
I don't think any of us are strong enough to carry her all that way.
Are you sure? King Tuna shouts back. I'm sure that it would be very amusing to see you try to carry her down the tree.
Why don't you do it then?
No thanks. That sounds like a you problem. You're the ones that are trying to mess around with the dead tree.
It's not. She's not dead.
She seems comatose at least.
People are welcome
Maybe
to
if
roll
we
like
offer
a...
you
I think that counts as half dead, doesn't it?
People can roll maybe a nature if they wanted, and a nature would work.
That's probably a good idea.
Yeah.
This is a side note, but I think it'd be really funny to do a Beanhead and Tuna at the end. They get into a slap fight at like a pizzeria or something like that.
Nice. Sparrow, was that supposed to have any modifiers to it?
No, I put the plus because I thought I had a modifier, but there was none.
Oh, okay. Great. So 13, 17, 15. Oh, is King Tuna going to roll one, Cayde, or...?
He does not care.
Fair enough.
Sorry.
No, that's all good. Okay, so that's actually a really good spread. So you guys sort of look at her and you know she's not dead. But the thing that twigs is that trees need a set... Yeah, I know, I'm really funny, aren't I? One of the things that trees and other plants need in order to live, which is distinctly absent in this particular environment, is water.
Yo! We gotta dump her body in the chasm.
I mean, it would work with... You're supposed to water plants.
Beanhead's pulling out a water skin and is like, why don't we try this first before we accidentally drown this person?
Oh. Okay, that makes more sense.
Oh.
Okay, let's do that first then.
All right, great. Amazing. Okay, so Beanhead, you pull out your water skin and you pour some water onto... Are you going to just like pour it on her lap or on her head, or what are you doing?
He's gonna kind of try to sprinkle it all around just in case.
Okay, sweet. So you sprinkle the water on and you can see it just soak into this charred timber. And for a second, nothing happens. And then over some of those gaps in her wooden body that had obviously been eaten away by fire sort of start to heal over, and you can see this nice little mossy carpet start to grow up, and little flowers springing up amongst that, and those vines of her hair, more of them start to grow, and she opens her eyes, and unlike
that was very effective.
Unlike the sharp red glowing eyes that she had before, these ones are green and they have pupils in them, and she blinks and looks up at you all. And the bird who was having a tantrum at King Tuna suddenly flies over and is carrying on at her, and she just sort of gently holds a hand out for the bird to land on. And over the next sort of, it only maybe takes a few seconds, that green spreads from her up around you and up the walls of this tree, and then she stands up and she looks like this now.
Oh, pretty.
And she looks down. She's still quite big. And she looks down at you all and says, "You saved me. Thank you."
Sorry for throwing a knife at you.
King Tuna immediately whips around at thank you and is like, "You're quite welcome."
Oh dear. And she just smiles, and she puts a hand on her chest and says, "My name is Laurel. I am a goddess of the woods and of plants and of nature. And you have done me a great favor."
Goddess?
That's right.
Of nature.
Yes.
Huh.
Wow. Nice to meet you.
King Tuna seems to be thinking now. 'Cause like, he saved someone. He usually gets a reward after saving someone. This person happens to be a deity. Good rewards. Extra special magical reward.
Oh dear.
So he's made a 180 and he's coming back and he's like, "Well, it was all in a day's work, you know."
I think Beanhead just kind of bows his head and just starts freaking out internally. Because he studies nature, and now there's a goddess right there.
Yeah. Qherial goes.
He's kind of gripping his bow.
Qherial goes, I'm really sorry for throwing a knife at you.
Laurel just shakes her head, and she actually does reach under her now very long hair, and you can hear this little ka-thunk, and she pulls out your knife and hands it back to you.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
I was struck by lightning, and my form was set ablaze, and my mind was clouded, but you have brought me back to myself. Thank you.
It was no problem.
And the bird sort of looks up at her, and you can tell there's some sort of telepathy thing happening, just because of the way that they're looking at each other for a second there. And she nods and then looks at the group and says, my familiar here has told me she has tried many things to bring me back, and finally has brought you here for help. And it is only right that I offer you some sort of reward. And she reaches again into her very, very voluminous hair, and she pulls out what at first glance look like sticks. And she hands each of you one.
King Tuna was rubbing his hands together at the sound of a reward, and then he sees the sticks, and he just goes, "Of course."
And
She's a tree. What should I have fixed her? But he makes sure to keep this very quiet to himself, and he smiles very brightly as he accepts the stick from the goddess. Like, maybe there's still magic. Maybe.
And you take the stick, and it actually looks an awful lot like a wand. And you can tell immediately once it's sitting in your hand that it does, in fact, it does have magic to it. And you are now each holding a flower wand, which it can use. It has 10 charges, and while holding it, you can use an action to expend 1 charge and make a normal, non-magical flower sprout from a patch of earth. And each of them has a different flower on the handle. King Tuna, yours has a geranium. Celeste, yours is a yellow jasmine. Beanhead, yours is a snapdragon. And Qherial, yours is a blue hyacinth.
Ooh.
Would you be okay with sending that info through text too? Just in
Yep,
case?
I absolutely can. I also have the text version of the instructions. There you are.
Yay.
Thanks.
And
Oh, that's so pretty.
she smiles and bows slightly, and then she waves a hand and let me just fix your clothing, and all the wet and the dust and the ash and the mud just evaporates off of you. So you are now pristine
Oh.
once again.
Nice.
Nice.
It's very
Thank you
kind
for that.
of you. But we are running late for a wedding. So thank
Oh,
you
yes.
so much. But we
I-
do got to go.
Oh, of course. Thank you for taking time out of a very important event. Allow me to give you free passage back to the town. And she sweeps a hand at the wall, and it just morphs into a door.
Thank you. Wow.
Thank you very much.
So
This
there's
will
like
be-
a river not too far from here. If you need any more water. Angst. And Celeste kind of hurries through.
Oh,
This will be an experience that I will not soon forget. You have been lovely. Goodbye. And he walks out the door.
Thank you, Mahis.
Oh, dear, oh dear. So you all head out that door?
Make an attempt to hug Laurel goodbye.
Okay. Great. That is a successful attempt. I mean, she's huge,
Hey.
but it is a successful attempt.
Is Herman
And
still following around King Tuna? Or has he joined Beanhead yet?
He kind of is on his own right now, and just kind of goes up, hugs Laurel, waves at Beanhead, and follows King Tuna.
You just hear, ah, great, the child through the door.
Oh dear. All right. So you head through the door and back into the forest, and it takes you a second to actually recognize it, but you're not in that clearing around that giant tree. You're actually right at the edge of the forest. And when you turn to look behind you, not only is the door gone, but so is the whole tree.
Oh.
And that feeling of magic that King Tuna and Qherial picked up when you came into the forest is no longer here.
Well,
I don't know why, but I feel kind of melancholy about it just vanishing.
anyways, King Tuna is heading off to find Robin.
Just
He's got the
go,
ring.
and then walk off.
Oh Okay, so you make your way back over to the field, and you can see that the seats are all full of guests now. And you can see that there is a minstrel who is in where the couple should be, who is awkwardly playing on a lute. And when I say awkwardly, it's like the music is fine, but he looks like he's got 100 different places he would rather be than where he is. And you can see Robin off to one side, pacing backwards and forwards, going, oh gosh, can I put this off any longer? Oh no.
King Tuna just clears his throat like, Robin, I think I have something you were looking for.
He immediately whips up and runs over to meet the group. You found it? You found it? Please tell me you got it back from that bird.
King Tuna very proudly and very elegantly produces the ring. And not the coin. He's tucked that away in his pocket.
Oh dear.
Celeste has been robbed.
Celeste has been robbed.
Celeste has been robbed.
Oh dear. But Robin just takes the ring, and he grabs King Tuna's hand in that very enthusiastic handshake thing, like with emotion blur and the whole thing. Thank you. And he runs back over to where the ceremony is taking place, and then half of the way, and then he stops, and then he motions for you all to follow. And then he's waving at the minstrel who's playing there, and then the minstrel sort of sighs very visibly, and then improvises a quick conclusion to the song. There's a very polite applause. And then he steps off, and Robin goes and he stands in position near the arbor, and then he motions for you all to come and stand near him. And he kind of gives a little bit of a point for Celeste and Beanhead and Herman to sort of be on one side, and for Qherial and King Tuna to be on the other.
Right.
Celeste hurries to position.
Yep, as does King Tuna.
Beanhead pats Robin on the shoulder and goes, "Just do fine," and then stands beside him.
Amazing, great. So
Qherial stands next to King Tuna and does not look happy about it.
oh dear. Oh bless. So once everyone is in position, the minstrel has rejoined a band over to one side, and they spring into the bridal march, or a non-copyrighted equivalent thereof. And then you can all see Maid Marietta in a white and pink wedding dress coming down the aisle with her uncle in arm, holding a little bouquet of the same pink flowers that are decorating the town. And she comes up and she stands beside Robin, and it's a very short ceremony because they should have started an hour ago, so they cut out a few things. But vows are exchanged, and then the ring goes on Marietta's finger, and the crowd bursts into cheers and applause. And I have one more picture to show you, because Maid Marietta and Robin Cowl are now husband and wife. The end.
Ah, cute.
Nice.
Aww,
It's so lovely.
adorable.
And that's the end of the game. Thank you very much for playing, guys.
Yay. That was amazing. You're a wonderful DM. Thank you for letting us come back for this.
No, I'm glad you
Great.
had a good time. I'm glad.
I love this crew. They just they're petty, but they get the job done.
Very fun.
Petty idiots.
Yeah.
Oh dear, oh dear. Well,
Thank you for such a fun time. That was great.
No, I'm glad you had a good time.
Very
Thank you very
fun.
much. That was great. I hope my soundboard wasn't too annoying.
It was wonderful.
That was a lot.
Wonderful.
Oh dear.
I loved when Celeste was just trying to bargain with this bird, and you just like hit the crow noise back at me.
You're like, King Tuna's trying to bargain with
Cool. No, it was wonderful, and I'm very pleased to report that you guys solved the log puzzle in a completely not how I designed it way. So, there's that.
Woo!
Dear.
We almost
baby.
eat from the jaws of victory.
I also wasn't expecting the fire extinguisher. That was fantastic. Oh dear.
I wasn't expecting to use it so fast.
I was half expecting
Honest-
Qherial to like just throw the whole thing at the thing.
Honestly, I'm surprised that you let King Tuna get away with stealing 1 gold piece from Celeste. Like, even though it's something small, I was fully expecting for Celeste to be like, "Hey," and I was willing to give it back.
Just was distracted at the time.
Oh dear. All right. Well, thank you again. I'm going to go ahead and stop my recording. Everyone say goodbye to our audience. Goodbye, audience.
Okay.
Bye.
Thank you for listening. Goodbye.